Alonzi Tardis is having a little bit of mic issues. So, Truffles, how are you doing after that loss?
It's okay. It was a good game. It was lots of.
Dude, it looks like that. What was going through your guys' minds? You were doing very well at the beginning, but after that disconnect, it was kind of hard to come back. It seemed. What was going on in the conversation through the game?
Well, we were happy that we were coming out strong, but we were struggling to find objectives that we could secure and actually take advantage of. I think we got first turret, but they kept sneaking dragons and that kind of stuff. Well, not sneaking. We didn't notice them taking it. So
For
uh,
sure. That's the trouble with Warwick, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. Uh,
Uh, I have to say, during your Rise game, I was particularly impressed by your ability to maintain that level of aggression in the face of the kind of poke that you were looking. Uh, that I gotta give you props for that, man. What was going through your mind during that first match against the Zero?
well, against Zareth, it's you have to get closer to him because he can hit you from way further away. That's the reason Zareth is a good pick into Rise. Is if Rise tries to disengage, Zareth can continue putting on damage. So since I was behind, I kind of had to go all in. Problem was I was behind, so I couldn't kill him as much as I wanted to.
All right. Well, Truffle, I appreciate you taking the questions. And Truffle, you're actually going to be stepping up to the caster seat for these third and fourth games. To everyone watching, I really appreciate you sticking around with me. I'm excited to listen to Nickel and Truffle really tear into these players in this next set of games.
It should be fun. Should be a blast.
All right, you guys, best of luck to all our players, and good luck in the casting.
Thanks much. See you later, Sig. Right, Truffle. It looks like that we're going right into game 3. And then for this, I think that we're going against the White Wolf versus Team take TTS. So, what do you think we're going to be seeing in this game?
You know, I'm not sure what I expect out of this one. I know I expect champion picks out of the teams. I'm trying to remember which team is which, though.
We got TTS on the right, the red team, and Team White Wolf for the blue team for now.
And I'm not in the lobby. Sorry.
Technical difficulties.
All good. I know some of the pocket picks. I'm kind of excited to see if Ace pulls out his Anivia for one. It's always a blast when I see it. Maybe we'll see his rise and be able to compare it to mine.
For sure.
Uh,
Looks like bans so far. It looks like that we got some target bans going on for Warwick, Ezreal, and Bard against Team TTS, and then we got Vylar. Apologies, I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing those champs right now. But yeah, so it looks like target bans, and then for the picks so far, Udyr on the Team White Wolf and Misfortune for Team TTS. Or wait, nope, never mind. And Nivea.
I gotcha. 1 second while I deal with some technical issues, okay?
For sure. Yep. Alright, while he's dealing with that, let's take a look at the bands. Alright. Amiax-chan is picking. 13 seconds left. He's kind of rolling that along. Interesting pick, Rakon. Haven't seen him much into the game so far, but we're going to see some interesting plays here, hopefully.
Oh, he's a playmaker for sure.
Alright.
We'll see how they deal with it, but I think they're gonna have to remake the lobby to put me in.
I think you'll have a chance to join after the game starts. You could probably pick Ace out of there, and then just click spectate, and you should be able to sync up just fine.
Oh, sure, makes sense.
Yep, for sure. It looks like Zaya pick. Zaya and Rakon are both kind of two sides of the same coin, aren't they, for characters?
Yeah, they got the lovers pair.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I haven't seen much of their play, mostly because I play solo. But hopefully we'll see some interesting gameplay from that.
Oh, for sure. They're empowered when they're on the same team together.
For sure. Interesting. Okay. Then we
Some
got
extra
Ace
dodges.
with the pick of Kindred. Interesting pick for jungle. A ban for Nasus. Oh, looks like that we're gonna just remake the lobby. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah. Sorry while we work through some of this technical stuff.
Sure. Thank you guys for your patience. Hopefully your patience.
Nickel, how do you feel about letting our good friend Robin for to take a crack at casting as well?
I feel like that would be an interesting caster for sure. I'm sure you know Rob is about better than I do, but
Oh, for sure. If you're down for the third, I think get his interview revenge with a vengeance. So yes, let's go ahead and invite him as well.
for sure, exactly. Hopefully he doesn't bring too many puns to the table.
or hopefully he doesn't bring not enough, right? Like that's the.
Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Nah. I'm just kidding, Rob. But sometimes, let me tell you, your puns, they're terrible. Sorry, guys, inside joke with that one. Anyways. But yeah, I would love to have him. I'm sure that he has some good insight on the games, and plus, his ADC has gotten really strong over the years, and he's a really good player. I just would be interesting to see his take on everything that was happening in the games. Looks like that we're getting a little bit underway of what we're doing here. Hopefully we'll be up and about with the game.
Hey, and I'm in. No more technical difficulties this time.
Awesome. All right.
And teams are forming up. Apologies to everyone there. Do you know if they're going to do same picks and bans?
It's always interesting with League of Legends, you know, especially when you have a chance like that. You would think that they would probably go for the same bans, but if you have a little bit more time to think, especially knowing the opposing team, you might rethink of who you want to ban. But
That's right, but sometimes you just have to, though. Sometimes those are the rules.
for sure. But
It's curious this way.
and do you think we're going to see a lot of target bans coming out of this game as well?
Target bans, oh, for sure. That's the fun part.
Yep, we're going to see that a lot in this season, I believe.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. And we're off.
And we're finally off.
First set of bans incoming. You'll have to let me know how these match up to the previous set.
So far, Bard, that was matching up fine. To be fair, I was in a little bit late. Excuse my memory.
Not a problem.
Vigar. Nope, this is looking... my photographic memory is telling me that this is pretty close to what it was before. Ezreal is
Vigar...
different, I believe, though.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, that might be different.
Excuse me. Vigar is a targeted ban, I know, to the top laner.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Warwick ban, that was in the last set of bans. And it looks like that Team TTS is banning pretty consistently with what they were banning before. And the picks are going as expected. Udyr.
That Udyr instant lock. The man knows what he wants to play. And the Anivia pocket pick.
Yep, it looks like that. They just had it set up for exactly what was going on before. And this is where we stopped last time with Ace in the pick. Oh, wait, no, I think he got his pick before, but we'll see if he changes his mind. I honestly forgot what he picked before.
Okay, a Soraka, some global heals going on.
For sure. And then we're back to the bans. Let's see what the Team TTS is going to ban. I was thinking about it. Come on, they're going to tease us with all the insta-locks and the insta-bans and now... Nah, I'm kidding. I know exactly why that they have those insta...
It's all about the pacing, right? You gotta put the pressure on and take it off at the right time.
For sure. Nasus ban. Don't want Nasus in the top.
Absolutely.
Now we got...
That's scaling doggo.
Scaling Duggo.
See.
Much scale, much CC. And the pony goes away with the ban. Hacker him. Apologies, everybody. Aatrox ban.
An Aatrox ban, and what I can only imagine is not BM.
Alright. And the last ban goes to Team White Wolf. Let's see what they gonna pull out.
Looking at their comps, I'm curious where they're going to go with this. Both comps could go in about any direction.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I feel like that a lot of these games, Jarvan pick for Port Swimmer, I feel like that a lot of these games have been not necessarily fully decided at the picking the champs, but it seems like that it has made a difference in the previous games so far. Do you think that's been a play on the teams as well?
For sure. Pick and ban may happen before you actually learn the Summoner's Rift, but it's a very important part of the game. And you certainly have to deal with some pros or cons that you have based on how well you pick.
Right, right. Got an Annie. Looks like an Annie mid. This is Jarvan. Oh wait, no. Apologies. I'll keep my mouth shut until they... I've been wrong before. I'll just keep my mouth shut until I see everybody. Looks like we got Yorick.
Yep. Looks like we got a Yorick top, Udyr mid, Udyr jungle, Annie mid, and the Xayah Rakan bot lane, leaving the top laner open on for
sure. And an Oceanic Abyss with the last pick, a Shen. That's going to be a strong pick.
Absolutely, and even stronger in the hands of Gotta Get Lucky. He is practically a Shen main. That's not true, but...
As close as you can get to a Shen main, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. So, choosing their loadouts, let's see. And then we're going to get into the spectator weight. So looking at these teams, it looks like that we got two strong teams. Again, I haven't seen much of Rakan and Xayah, but as you were saying before, they do have a strong, well, as their lore probably suggests, they have a strong companionship and a strong companionship in the game as well. And that's going to be interesting for me to take a look. And the opposing team, it looks like that we got a little bit of a classic pick here. Misfortune ADC, Soraka with the global heals, Neva to clean up the mid lane, and Shen on top. So, how do you think the game's looking so far with these picks?
That's a great question. It looks like... sorry, what's our team on the right? What's our red team?
TTS.
What's the name? TTS. TTS is looking for sort of late game global plays and map control, whereas our... the blue team, excuse me?
The blue team is White Wolf. Apologies.
Oh, White Wolf, yeah, not a problem. So White Wolf is looking for some, not early game only, but they're definitely set up to have a better early game, and they're looking for some more aggressive plays.
For sure, for sure. I feel like that they're going to have a lot of potential, especially with that mobility from Udyr. They're going to have a lot of potential for some ganks, and then it's just going to come down to how he plays. And Yorick top, I seen it. I've seen it happen, and I'm afraid of him in the top lane.
Yeah,
Nah.
if he can hit you, he hits like a brick. So
Indeed, as he should.
exactly.
But anyways, yeah, we're gonna see some interesting plays with this team comp. And so what do you think of the team fight potential between these guys? Who do you think pulls out on top late game wise?
Late game, even in the late game, it's a bit of a question. It depends on who's doing the engaging. If TTS is engaged on, I think they have better peel, and they're also bringing a fair amount of engage on their own. But
For sure.
But if Team White Wolf is able to secure a couple picks, it's probably going to go that way.
For sure. All right, minute and 20 seconds left. Guess I'll have to open up chat myself for this game.
There we go.
And Rob makes a surprise
Rob.
comeback.
Rob with the surprise comeback. How's it going, Rob?
Oh, it's not bad. Just had a couple of tactical difficulties.
Tactical or technical?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Anyways, so you were doing very well in the past few games, but it looks like that, especially with your Jinx, you were able to pull off some awesome plays. So how do you feel after those past few games that you were just got out of?
Well, I recently picked up Lucian after basically against him in bot lane in several games, and he was just a pain in the butt. So I played a couple of normal games with him, and I was like, I see why people play him. So the first game I did, didn't farm as well as I wanted to, and I missed a couple of autos. Because a lot of team fights where everybody was just squished together, so it was really hard to pick the low champs in health. But the Jinx I was a lot more comfortable with. We kind of got stomped bot lane, but we weren't really worried, our team, at all. We just figured, oh, we've got late game, we'll be fine. And then once we got the Baron, we just steamrolled after that. So
For sure. And it looks like we're going to be starting the game. Starting to load anyways. But yeah. So, I must say, Rob, though, Alonzi, you were doing very well with that Lucian. Even though you said you just picked him up, I must say you were doing very well with him. There were a couple of times where it seemed like you got a little bit more bit off than you can chew, but still, though, awesome plays from you so far from that game. And I must say that your team was strong as well, but unfortunately at the end. But hopefully we can bring that back better next week, right?
yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was. I think our team, we had a really good synergy. We talked really well, so it took a while just to get used to our my support and I on the same wavelength.
For sure.
Looks like we're loaded onto the Rift. Take a look at some of the early items here. We have coins on both supports. Let's see if we see an early game invade from either team. It looks like we might have one coming out of TTS.
Yep, it looks like that we're having it. 30 seconds into the game, it looks like that we're getting that invade that you were talking about.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I noticed that they let Port Swimmer's Misfortune through. From personal experience, I could say he's got a pretty good grip on her. So this will be interesting to see how they play out bot lane against Arcane Soda and Ameg-chan. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
I've been saying Amaya.
Maya? Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough. We
Also,
don't
how do you
judge
pronounce Alonzi?
Alonzi TARDIS, but you could just do Alonzi for short.
Alonzi, okay.
Don't
Perfect.
you watch Doctor Who, Truffles?
I know TARDIS, I just didn't know Alonzi.
It's from 10.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Right. Enough gush over Doctor Who. We're here to talk about League of Legends.
Exactly.
So it looks like we had a little bit of potential for the invade, but it looks like that it was more of a defense on Team TTS,
maybe
rather.
they're hoping to get an early pick off, and White Wolf didn't fall for the bait.
It'll be interesting to see how mid lane turns out, because I know that Kokoro no Kagi, he mains either Vel'Koz or Vygar mid. So, and he just picked up Annie recently, so it'll be interesting to see how he does against Jared's Anivia.
Indeed.
Nice to unmeet
I feel like that Annie is a strong pick. I mean, she's probably one of the first mid laners that a lot of people get used to. She with her simple kit and everything, but she's also a strong mid laner as well with how simple she is, and I feel like that's probably going to be a good pick. A little bit of trouble in the bot
Oh,
lane. for
Simple.
Oceanic
bot
Abyss.
lane. Are they gonna get him? No, it backs off.
For sure. And he may be simple to play, but difficult to do super well with sometimes in the higher levels. So
There.
but let's see if Kokoro can pull it off.
Skill comes later. Everybody knows.
Little
Yeah.
skirmish in the top lane.
Skirmish in the top lane. Skirmish in the top lane. Skirmish in the bot lane. Having an interesting game so far.
Come out of the gates at a sprint, right?
Exactly. Alright.
Looks like Ecstatic is getting his Raptors, and while Jarvan is working his way top lane for a potential gank. Worth noting that the first dragon on the field is Infernal.
A flash top lane and the kill.
Ooh.
Oh, but
Sad
Jarvan's
day.
in place.
Jarvan's in place. He's gonna try to get to the kill. Can he get the revenge? Looks like it's not letting him get it easy. And there it goes.
He did force out a flash, though.
Indeed.
Fortunate for Team TTS, Jarvan was in position in top lane and ready for ready to fuck that revenge kill.
Indeed. Now it looks like more of the same. We're just to a little bit of a lull going on.
You know, you never really realize how much First Blood gold gives until this game. They had a, I would say, I don't know, 300 gold lead.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Got a little bit of 0.1 gold lead now. But yeah,
Ooh, flash in bot lane. There's an engage.
Gage, can they capitalize? Everybody's coming down.
TP, oh, the trap.
That is one dead misfortune.
Indeed.
Swimmer goes
And
down.
mid lane. We got a little bit of a poke off going on. This game is keeping it interesting, let me tell you. Jeez.
You can do an early Infernal Drake. Let's see if it looks like they might just get it.
Looks like Team TTS has no idea what's going on. There's just gonna be ignorance is bliss in this one.
Well, only ignorance for another second or two.
Yeah. And the bliss is gone.
And that's a 8% in attack damage.
Yep, only
Yes.
getting worse too. Next Drake coming up is Mountain. That's in 6 minutes. Gotta get lucky. Was able to get a small CS lead in top lane since Prowler roamed to bot lane to get that first kill. Let's see it. I would hazard a guess that 11 CS is probably okay for an Infernal Drake.
For sure. Looks like we're just gonna have everybody poking off against each other. Shen roaming a little bit. I don't know, the mid lane is just going against each other.
Oh,
They're both so low.
So low, and that Jarvan is trying to get that Annie, but Annie is playing it safe.
Interesting choice that Arcane Comment is what Yorick is running with as a Keystone Mastery.
I'm sorry, say
Probably
again?
makes. I find it weird that that our Yorick player Prowler is running with Arcane Comment as a Keystone Mastery. That's in the sorcery tree.
Interesting pick. Would that give him more ability power then, or?
Well, yeah, it's kind of an ability powered centric thing, but basically after every one of his spells or attacks hits the enemy opponent, it sends a little AoE comment thing that does damage, and you have to dodge out of its way. But what I find interesting is that he didn't go with auto attack centric.
Yeah, it's interesting he didn't go press the attack, especially on York.
Right, exactly, especially with the auto attack reset, right? I'm guessing he wanted to go for ultimate hat so he can split pushing up more. And that one's in the sorcery tree. And it will let him cast his split pushing ult. More comments, sorry, I need to finish that thought.
Gotta get lucky.
Got a brawl pot lane.
And also it claps in.
Ooh, gotta get lucky. He's a little bit in trouble. He's gonna get
Oh
the kill.
no!
And mid
Speaking
lane,
in trouble, we've got Annie. Oh, wonderful wall coming out of the Nivea.
Oh, great flash.
Absolutely. See how the rest of their team fares though.
Ooh, Maya-chan's in a little bit of trouble. Should get away. Ooh, Ace in trouble as well. And top lane is just doing top lane things.
He might get first tower off of this, it looks like.
Very true.
Yeah, teleports down for Shen, so this is a bit of a problem.
Shen's gonna rush to try to get it. Ace still in the mid lane with how low he is. Ooh, and the bear comes up, he's gonna get that kill. Oh wait, never mind.
Yep, Anivia's egg. Keeping Anivia alive. Who wins? Who wins?
Who wins? Oh, the Shen ult.
Shen ult. Can he get out? He gets out and
that
kills.
face real.
The skin of his teeth.
Awesome play by Team TTS. Well done.
The wisp of his feathers.
That Annie is probably gonna have to. Kokoro is gonna have to rethink about that. That almost looked like a confirmed kill. Dang.
Looks like it K'd down the cooldowns, if anything.
Yep. And Ace looks like he's probably gonna go back and lick his wounds.
Nice. About time he goes back, right?
Indeed. Without that egg, I think he probably thinks he should go.
Checking in across our lanes, we have a 20 CS and 3 kill lead for Prowler over Gotta Get Lucky. But to counter that, on the opposite side of that, we have a 15 CS lead for Port Swimmer, who is the ADC for Team TTS. So it looks like we got a little bit of a yin-yang thing going on with opposite sides. Oh, Brawl in mid lane.
Ace in a little bit of trouble.
Also, don't want to forget that Anivia also has 1 kill and 28 CS over Annie in the mid lane, so.
For sure. Nice flash by that York in mid lane. He did get away from that.
Oh, it looks like they lane swapped.
Yeah.
That's an interesting answer to Anivia's early lead over Annie, but it might not actually be a smart choice.
For sure. Udyr coming in. Possibly. Nope. Ace is just gonna have free reign over that tower. Nope, we got a teleport coming in. York to come stop it. Oh, then bot lane coming up in mid. Get some damage off. Can we see a little bit of initiation here? Well done by Arcane, getting the damage off on Ace. Udyr confirms the kill.
Ace quickly forces out the ultimate on Arcane Soda, but ultimately a 4v5 or 4v2 does not go well.
Sure. Looks like that Team White is going to go for this tower to try to get it off their hands. Everybody's here.
Yeah, right, party in mid lane.
Nope. Ooh, a little bit of initiation. Is it going to be worth it though? Gotta get lucky, he's in a bad spot. Kid's taken out.
He did get a 4-man taunt, but oh, flash forward. Grand entrance from the Rakan. Cleaned up.
Just a slaughter in the mid lane. And he's bear taking in the hits. Can they get another tower? Yes, they can. And they're gonna walk away happy.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Are they going to Rift Herald? They might actually be making a play on Rift Herald here. Let's see.
Right. It looks like Misfortune was able to get to the tower bot lane though.
Was able to get an answer there. Looks like Team TTS is considering answering with Dragon. Might certainly worth it compared to Rift Herald, but let's see if they can pull it off.
Sure. Looks like Eva's gonna initiate, so yeah, you're right. They're gonna go for that dragon. Rift Herald's gonna go to Team White Wolf. TTS is gonna get the dragon. Looks like.
Sounds like Annie might have it snipped out. Oh yeah, they have
Yeah.
vision. They know what's up.
Annie might be fighting off more than she can chew for that.
For sure.
Dragon goes down.
Interesting trade. Rob, who do you think won that trade?
Alonzi?
Alonzi? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Duh, no wonder.
that's fine. See, I would say that going for Rift was a better call because overall, you know, blue team already has pushed pretty far ahead when it comes to turrets. So
And they did get an extra turret out of the deal, so I guess I suppose that makes sense. Roam from our mid laner here.
Put damage off on Amoeba. Stun goes off. Yorick is just getting taken down, shut down. And Yorick getting caught with
I guess you could call
Sam's
that a wombo combo, but it was more like a tower defense than anything
down.
else.
Whatever. Interesting vision play here. Seems like each team understands where the vision's going to be, and they're just making sure that the well, it seems like that they're fighting over the same places. It seems like
Yeah, some really intelligent vision wars going on. I will note out that the bot lane for Team White Wolf has swapped it top. Oh, and they're popping Rift Herald. I see. It's a power play to get the second. But Team TTS is collapsing to deal with it. That's actually an excellent response from Team TTS.
sure TTS was able to see that and was able to retaliate. Looks like that they're gonna go for Kokoro. Poor Kokoro. And the bear gets off, but is it really gonna do much? Stun. Doesn't really do much, and Eva's in trouble. Sharp goes off. Stun from Fat Lee. He's in trouble. He's blocked off. Doesn't even matter. Ace is able to get some damage off, and Jarvan with the kill.
Nivea has to flash her own wall, feels bad. Meanwhile, we have a consistent split push and a teleport coming out to protect our bot lane outer, or our Team TTS's bot lane outer.
For sure. We're seeing a lot of movement from everybody on the team. Do you guys think that they're actually got their priorities straight, so to speak, for all the roam that's going on? I mean, Yorick went all the way from the top to mid to bot. Now we got Shen doing the same. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
I think Yorick's rotations have been pretty intelligent, but anything that Team TTS can do to stall this game is going to work out for them because they're set up for the split. Yorick is engaging on Ace.
He's getting caught in the jungle. Probably gonna go down. The egg is up. Doesn't even matter though. Jarvan getting...
Something along the lines of scrambled eggs now, right?
Indeed. Lancy, you missed your chance.
too engrossed in the fights to make a comment.
That's the hard part of casting, right? I want to just watch the game.
And he able to confirm that kill on Fat Lee.
To be fair, anybody could have made that mistake.
Oh.
That one.
There's the pun. There's the bad pun.
That one is worse than your usual. I gotta say.
Moving on from the puns, though, it's interesting to point out that Static Trauma has decided to go Cinder Hulk on Udyr, whereas most people tend to go Warrior or the attack speed item. So,
For sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a more tanky build, which makes sense because Yorick doesn't do well as a tank. But not my first pick for a tank in the jungle.
That's probably just to get them a little bit help on the tankiness, because it seems like that a lot of the champions on their team, excuse me, is a little bit squishy. And just to compensate for that, Udyr can pull that off, but not as well as other champions. Especially going up against a Shen. And actually, no, the opposing team is also quite squishy as well. We're gonna see.
Gotta get lucky. Was thinking about a face check, and he would have regretted that. He wisely chose not to.
He would have not been lucky.
Or maybe he was lucky, and that's why I chose not to go there.
True, very true. Looks like we got a collapse bot lane.
Lucky having a little bit of trouble there. It looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a team fight going on. Scorch getting off damage off.
Excellent taunt by Shen.
Yep, force a lot of ults went down.
Here comes back to engage. Bears
Chipper
up.
dived a little bit deep there.
A bit too deep for Tibbers. Just a long team battle. Seems like they're poking more than doing any damage to each other.
Definitely moving into siege territory, but it looks like Team White Wolf is backing off and looking at that second Infernal Drake to spawn.
Indeed. Looks like each team is going to back off kind of. Fat Lee trying to get a little bit of an engage going on. He might
Death
be
rush, death rush!
The Annie's stun.
Poor choice for him.
Nice setup by Kokoro to get that stun off.
Oceanic Abyss. Ooh, a little bit in trouble, but able to get away.
That should be Dragon for Team White Wolf.
Indeed.
And that will make their second dragon for Team White Wolf.
Another Infernal Dragon. Some more damage output for the team.
Yeah, 16%. It's starting to get a little bit too much.
Indeed.
In response, Team TTS was able to secure top lane. So it wasn't completely unnecessary. In fact, a dead even gold game.
Dang.
And even towers.
I feel like we're seeing more equal game here. It's going to be interesting. I feel like that one bad team fight for either team is going to make a big difference for them. Honestly,
I know
think... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I know, Brendan, you haven't played for a while, but Ben, would you say you've been playing for quite some time? I've been playing since Season 4, but it seems like with the current meta and new rune changes that it feels a lot closer to what Season 4 used to be like, and the era of the tank meta has fallen off. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely think tank meta is fallen off. I wouldn't say tanks are weak. I think it's better balanced, and that the pressure junglers and the damage junglers have a good place. Are arguably tanks and the tank meta. I can't say I played a whole lot of Season 4, so I actually don't know if I have a great frame of reference for that. I kind of started Season 5.
Well, it's been some time, but from what I remember, it was the era of ADCs and mid laners. And I would say right now, League's pretty balanced when it comes to roles. There's no #1 role or type of champions that are doing best, which I think is pretty nice. But it'll be interesting to see how the meta adapts.
Anything is better than the ADCs being 2 hit by tanks, right?
Exactly, exactly. As an ADC, I could say that was cancer.
For sure.
When a support can 1v1 an ADC, you know you have a problem.
Hey, I was
Like,
go ahead, Zach.
no, it looks like a little bit of initiation going on the bot lane. Annie's in trouble, but a little bit more of the same. Oh, York confirms a kill. And the mid lane is having a little bit of trouble too. Gotta get lucky. Every time I move.
Yeah, someone
this-
died somewhere.
Indeed. This game is just too interesting. It's hard to
Crop
keep up.
mass kills.
Oh man.
Gotta get lucky chasing down the Yorick, but Yorick makes it out.
Indeed. But yeah, Alonzi, as you were saying, that comment about Season 4, I heard from a lot of people that have been playing since Season 4 that they do like where League is at right now. Do you think that's just kind of true to what you said for how Season 4 was and how League is right now?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Udyr flanking bot lane. Sorry to interrupt again. Udyr flanking bot lane is gonna take out Soraka.
Oh, down goes Raka. Those bananas can't help her.
Ah, she makes it.
Yeah, Yeah, she makes it.
Makes it out.
Oh,
I think Summoner Heal got used. Yes, Summoner Heal definitely got used.
Yes.
That force out of Summoner at the very end.
But going back to what you said, Brent, I would agree with you. I think ADC is a pretty popular role, so I think a lot of people are pretty excited that it has gone back to what Season 4 was like. But then again, I know Brad, Shaken Not Stirred from last game, does not currently like where it's at, but he's also a top lane main, so it's easy to see why he doesn't like where it's at.
for sure. Yeah, I bet that top lane is a hard spot now for, especially with the ADCs being back on top. Would you say that ADCs are back on top with their damage output, or do you did say that it's a lot more balanced than it was?
I would say it's balanced. It's not so much that like ADCs were buffed as that the playing field has been evened out for everyone. So interesting. Ooh, we got a good fight bot lane.
Up the egg comes
Nivea's
up.
already been egg teleport coming in. Nothing that could be done there. Collapsing in mid lane. They're looking for someone to kill. It looks like our team TTS is going to make it out just fine now.
For
You
sure.
just can't stop this Yorick.
Yeah, you're going for gotta get lucky. Jeez.
Man, you can get chunked.
You guys were saying that his runes were an interesting pick, but he does not seem to be having any trouble with it. Ooh, nice flash by Shen. Is he able to get out? Yes, he is. Is Rocket coming in for the heal?
Yeah, and let's be clear. I have no idea how to play Yorick. So-
Well,
fine.
the most important part of his kit is the Triforce, because the cooldown on his Q, which is when he swings his shovel for extra damage, when you proc the Sheen, it does massive amounts of damage. So
For sure. And that also works against towers, correct?
yes, it does. Yeah.
What makes his kit so strong, especially for a top laner, he can just shove the lane by himself, essentially. Not that he couldn't before, but
He does have ZZ Rot, but it doesn't look like he's placed it yet, which is interesting.
he's saving it for when the time is right. Or maybe he forgot, who knows.
Yeah. And thinking back to bot lane just a moment ago when he was caught in that fight, it didn't make any sense to put it down. Also, it looks like TTS collected their second dragon of the game, sitting on one mountain and one cloud. Still a dead even gold game. This is starting to get exciting.
Gee.
Also very interesting to see that it feels like Team TTS is struggling to find that team fight, and I wonder if it's because they need to scale or because they've been outscaled.
It's an interesting pick. I mean, they seem pretty even with everything, not just gold. I mean, the kills do say 4 kills in favor of White Wolf, but for the team fight potential, I feel like they're going to be pretty even. It's going to come down to the skill of the players.
Well, it seems that Yorick is basically leading the fight, leading the charge into team fights, and then just, you know, TTS just have a struggle either countering the fight or responding to it in a way that brings it out in their favor.
Yes.
Speaking of fights, Shen is forcing Yorick to peel off and recall while split pushing here. I wonder if we're going to see a brawl in mid lane in the future. Shen ult
Might
is
be.
up, so that's going to work out.
Ooh, nice flash by Annie. Whoosh, now she can't get out.
There's that Shen ult.
Fortune ult. Gonna hurt.
That misfortune ult's just
Shen is
too
having trouble in the bot
disgusting.
lane. Jeez. Sad day. The chase is on.
And a bunch of
Awesome wall from Ace.
Cut off that Udyr. Can they confirm the kill?
Jarvan on the back.
Yep. And 2 kills.
TTS.
And they're gonna secure Baron, it looks like.
Yep.
Allianz, I love how you and I both know Jared's calls. Like, and that's Baron.
Well, it's
Maybe a
easy
little
to,
bit
it's
too low.
definitely, well, it's interesting because both Fat Lee, which is Sue, and Ace, which is Jared, are both great shot callers. So it'll be interesting to see afterwards who was making the shot calls, or if it's been a 50-50 kind of thing.
For sure.
And I suppose it's easy enough when the enemy jungler and AD does to make that turn.
Very true.
He's getting caught by the York. A little bit of trouble with that York. Egg is up.
Egg again?
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
That
Cavalry was a
damage
minute too
output.
late.
Team coming to try to help him out. Too late. Looks like we got both teams in the top jungle. Could we
Prowler
see-
really knows what he is doing. You can tell the difference when it comes to brawlers and top laners is the way that they stay ahead is they usually keep building tank items instead of going damage items, and it's very apparent that he knows what he's doing.
For sure. Just look at that teardown of that tower. He doesn't even care. Look how good luck he's there. I will take care of you later. Oh, Fat Lee and Oceanic Abyss coming in to help. Trying to take down that York and Misfortune. Port Swimmer. Flash away. Can he get away?
Team White Wolf making an aggressive play on mid lane, going for that inhibitor. Ace is trying to answer, but let's see if he can do anything about it.
Yeah, he might have a little bit of trouble with that. Nice wall. The inhibitor goes down.
Ooh,
That damage.
and he gets destroyed. Excellent collapse coming out of Team TTS.
Indeed. Got a lot going on for them for that. Now they can have a little bit of breathing room to do something. Looks like that they're just gonna shove down mid lane. And York.
One of
coming
our
in.
viewers has said, "Calm down, freak."
York getting caught.
I'm wondering which part, but I assume the puns.
It would seem so.
Probably.
6K goal league right now on TTS.
They're just gonna shove down the middle lane a little bit more. That we get in a little bit of trouble. And he goes down.
Oh, excellent pop up from Rakan, but in the end it didn't matter.
This could be game, it looks like.
Could be. Team White Wolf doesn't have a chance. Looks like to get up, and then that damage output is just too strong. It looks like we do have a GG.
TTS takes the lead.
Indeed.
Great game from our two teams here. It was neck and neck until the very end. Right around the fight leading up to that Baron,
For sure.
it was an absolutely even game.
Indeed, tend to agree. But like you said, it made an interesting game. We just had that entire game was just a tug of war, it seemed. Everything was even, the gold was even. Having an awesome game like that, it's going to be hard to top that in the next game, and I'm hoping that White Wolf does have a chance to dig themselves out of that. Gotta give them some love. They were doing really well.
Oh, they had a great game. I think there's probably an incoming Anivia and Misfortune ban, and I'm very curious to see what happens in game 2.
Indeed.
I could definitely see a York ban, because Prowler basically carried his team that entire game. He was the one taking out objectives, taking out people who are caught out too far, so...
Indeed.
Coming from the other perspective, absolutely, that Yorick was very difficult to deal with.
Having a little bit of difficulties finding the correct stream. Anyways, well, I do tend to agree with all those points. You guys have any other for the game? Anything they could have done better at all, do you think?
No, I thought that game was very well played.
Anything from you, Alonzi?
I just really wanted to play after that game. What can I say?
Okay. Well, nothing else. We'll take another short break until the next game starts. Don't go anywhere.